If you send hey, they send hey. But with opening moves on Bumble, you can get to better chats faster. Because if you send most underrated summer activity, they send eating spicy soup in front of the air conditioner on full blast. And that's something you can work with. You're still making the first move, but you can choose a question or write your own to get sent to all your matches. So you can relax and see what they come back with. Download Bumble and try it for yourself.
At Sierra, discover great deals on top brand workout gear, like high-quality bikes, which might lead to another discovery. Getting back on the saddle isn't always comfortable. Good news is Sierra has massage guns. And chafe wipes, too. Discover top brands at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
This is Optimal Living Daily. Who's Really Got Your Back? Part 2 by Melani Schweder of abrighterwild.com. And I'm Justin Malik. Happy Saturday, welcome back, or welcome for the first time if you're new here. This is where I read to you like a big ongoing audiobook, but from many different authors and a different article every day. Except when it's a continuation from the day before, which is the case today. I'd recommend listening to yesterday's episode first. But if you're all caught up, let's get right to part 2 and continue optimizing your life. Who's Really Got Your Back? Part 2 by Melani Schweder of abrighterwild.com. So how do you even start identifying and attracting your tribe? Here's an easy little exercise to get you going. Begin with the first person that pops into your head and work from there. Just trust your intuition to guide you through your social circle. And ask yourself these questions. Does my relationship with this person suck away more energy than it provides? Do I find myself acting in ways that are not in line with my authentic self when I'm around this person? Do I find myself shouldering the majority of the work in maintaining this relationship? Does this person listen and value my beliefs and opinions, or are they constantly trying to substitute their own? Do I leave my interactions with this person with a feeling of satisfaction, lightness, and a sense of deepened closeness? Some of the names and faces in your life may be a cinch to categorize. The answers to these questions may be crystal clear and direct you to an easy yes or no when deciding to keep them in your life. But for most, the water is a bit more muddy. You may have to replay many interactions over the years and perhaps reflect on how you both have changed since you first met. You may need to meditate for a while or journal on some of your most tangled and complicated relationships, but the true answers will always find their way to the surface. I find it to be helpful to do this exercise before meeting someone, whether they're a longtime friend or still new. Having these questions sitting in the back of your mind can help reframe your interaction and can sometimes provide clues to where you should be headed. But don't think of it as a laundry list to be checked off. Remember, we all have good days and bad days, and it can take some time to realize if someone is really on your team or not. And again, some people in your life may very clearly lie on one side or the other, but for everyone else, use these questions to pique your awareness whenever you're around each other. When you deal with something like chronic fatigue, cancer, MS, or fibromyalgia, you only have so much energy to give every day. So weaning yourself off toxic or taxing relationships is an important aspect of self-care. Bonus points if you're also an introvert like me and have to work extra hard to not drain yourself with unnecessary social interactions. Think about quality over quantity here, my friends. Would you rather give your precious water and sunshine to a handful of gorgeous, colorful plants than spread it among an entire garden of spindly, wilting ones? And here's an important note, though, before we go any further. This is not an opportunity to indulge in selfishness, as some people tend to do when confronted with anything challenging. It can be easy, especially in the throes of serious illness, divorce, or job loss, to turn all the attention in on ourselves and start viewing our relationships with others in the context of how they can serve me. Beware, this is a highly toxic thing, and some people never recover their compassionate worldview after a tragic event or trauma. I'm sure you've met at least one of these individuals, which is such a loss for them and everyone around them. So I invite you to sit back and re-sift through those names you just thought about in the previous exercise. With each person, now ask yourself a different set of questions. Do I tend to monopolize our conversations with my illness and personal problems? Do I tend to view my own challenges as more important than theirs? Is this person struggling with something major right now, and how have I been supportive of them? Do I genuinely listen and hold space for this person? Or do I tend to interject my opinions and advice on a regular basis? Do I make a concerted effort to reach out to this person? Or do I tend to wait for them to initiate contact? How must it feel for this person to have me in their life? Not so easy this time, was it? That's because we are so often wrapped up in our own experiences and perceptions and too quick to shift blame to a more comfortable place on others. This set of questions is really designed to incite mindfulness when you're interacting with a friend or loved one, and can sometimes give clear pointers to why maybe your relationship has been fading or why things have been feeling strained. And with the right dynamic, these can be a great way to ease into a conversation about how to repair or strengthen a valuable friendship. You'd be surprised how receptive people are when you let yourself be vulnerable and flawed. All relationships are built on a give and take over time between two equals. Most that are built on imbalances of time, effort, or worthiness tend to fade out or sometimes crash and burn. Patience and remaining true to your authentic self are two surefire ways to attract more equal and nourishing relationships into your life, no matter your circumstances. Take some time this week to reevaluate your relationships and clarify those that are healing and opening and grounding for you. Go through these exercises as many times as you'd like and cultivate some quiet so you can better hear your intuitive voice. Maybe reach out to a few people and try to mend things, or if you feel like it's time, cut ties with someone who has been dragging you down. There's never been a better time to find your tribe. After all, none of us should go on our healing adventures alone. You just listened to part 2 of the post titled, Who's Really Got Your Back? By Melani Schweder of abrighterwild.com. And I'll be right back with my commentary. Over the years, our podcast team has launched new shows, given away hardcover journals, and looking ahead, hopefully bringing you more engaging content. And speaking of growth, if you run an e-commerce business, you know how crucial it is to scale efficiently, especially during the busy holiday season. That's where ShipStation comes in. I've personally used ShipStation and it's a game changer. Their all-in-one order fulfillment system integrates seamlessly with over 180 popular e-commerce platforms and carriers. What I love most is how easy it is to automate shipping tasks and manage orders from a single dashboard. With just a click, I can print shipping labels, saving me hours of work. Plus, the industry-leading carrier discounts have saved me thousands on shipping costs. It's no wonder over 130,000 companies have grown their e-commerce businesses with ShipStation, with 98% becoming lifelong customers after the first year. Scale your e-commerce business with the shipping software that delivers. Switch to ShipStation today. Go to ShipStation.com and use code OLD to sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's ShipStation.com, code OLD.
Talk to your specialist about Botox Cosmetic, Anabotulinum Toxin A, because Botox Cosmetic Day is back on November 20th. For one day only, buy one $50 gift card, get one free, while supplies last. It gets better because it's not just one day of celebration, but the whole month of November. Refer a friend to Ali and you'll both get $50 off a Botox Cosmetic treatment. Plus, if you register and get treated during November 1st to 30th, you have the chance to win $10,000. For prescribing information and box warning, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300. No purchase necessary for sweepstakes entry. Treatment must occur by 12/6. For full official rules, offer terms and conditions, and to join Ali, visit BotoxCosmeticDay.com.
Thank you again to Melani. As she said, some of these questions can be really tough. And it's true, I'm sure we both have people in our lives who drain more energy than they give, or relationships where we're always the one putting in all the effort. I know I've felt that personally, and some friendships have been put to the side for that exact reason. And again, like I mentioned yesterday, this isn't just about chronic illness. No matter your case, these questions can be eye-opening. And just as important, I think, is our own behavior. So I'm glad she brought that up. Are we genuinely listening to others, which might just be the most important part in these kinds of relationships? So maybe today we can all take a moment to think about our relationships. Maybe we can try asking ourselves some of these questions. And hey, if we find that some of our relationships need a little work, that's okay. It's all part of the journey, right? If you're feeling a bit overwhelmed by this whole process, just remember it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Even just being more aware of our interactions can be a big step forward. So thank you again to Melani for this one, and thank you for being here every day, including the weekends. It means a lot. And an extra thank you if you've ever shared this podcast with someone else. It's a huge help to keep this going. Have a great weekend, and I'll be back tomorrow as usual, where your optimal life awaits.